Keyork, immigration lawyer. One of the most frequent questions in immigration is what is the processing time for my application? In order to answer this question, I advise clients of a couple of different things. First, I tell clients that the processing time is listed on the Citizenship and Immigration Canada website. This is a location where we can see an average processing time. The times that are posted are approximation. It's very, very important to understand that. Often my clients will look at the processing time and they'll count day to day. Um, why didn't my application arrive? Why didn't I get a decision? It has been exactly 7 months. Unfortunately, immigration doesn't work that way. And it says it on the website as well. The processing times that are posted are approximations and they can vary depending on the backlog of the embassy or the High Commission. What I also tell my clients is you can look at the processing time, but you should also not really look at it because you're going to be disappointed. Often than not, it'll be a little bit more than the posted processing time. And throughout the processing of your application, the processing time will change. So if you started the application, for example, January 2015, a spousal sponsorship, for example, and it said 17 months for London, United Kingdom, then you look at you on June 2015, you look and now it says 23 months. Then the processing time has gone up. Does it mean that it's going to take 17 months or 23 months? Usually, in my experience, it's going to take a bit longer. However, there are a lot of cases that are processed much faster than the 23 months and sometimes even faster than the 17 months. Sometimes an embassy can say 13 months processing time and then it'll be 6 months. But what I tell my clients is that it's better to hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Embassies in Canada don't have, unfortunately, a lot of staff processing applications. I have visited a lot of Canadian embassies overseas, and there's often one or two immigration officers for a year or 2 year period of time, and they're processing thousands of applications. So most often than not, it's not humanly possible for them to process these applications faster than what is posted. It's always best to kind of forget about it. Ensure that your application, you've prepared a strong application, you submitted all the required documents, you've hired an expert, for example, to do it, and then you kind of forget about it until it's been a couple of months following the posted time. I usually tell my clients 6 months after the posted processing time, now is a good time to follow up to see what's happening with your file. But it's very normal that it could take longer than what is expected. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your file or an issue. It simply means that it's in the lineup with all the other files waiting to be processed by the officer. One of the advantages of having a lawyer is that the lawyer can also give you estimated processing times of what happens in their law firm. So, for example, in my office, often spousal sponsorship, for example, from India will be a year and a half, even though on the website it'll say a bit longer. So what I tell my clients is, okay, on the website it says, for example, 20 months, but in my office for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it's been about a year. So I give them both information. So I'll tell them on the website it says this, in my office is this, but know that it could be 6 months, it could be very short, and that'll be wonderful. Or it could be much longer. Sometimes it could be 2 years and a half. And there's unfortunately not much we can do about that. We have to be very patient. What I tell my clients is that immigration is a long-term investment for your future. It's unfortunate that the system takes so long, but we have to be patient. And one day the decision will come. Hopefully it's sooner than you expected.